about this, but there was a social media craze of lighting yourself on fire.
Yeah, because you cover yourself in hand sanitizer and do it.
Yeah.
Oh god, that was dumb.
That I found that was 5 years ago.
Wow.
What do you mean? I just did that last night.
Although, yeah, there was a guy who did light himself on fire in front of the White House.
What?
Of course. Of course.
Listen, sometimes you need to baptize yourself from your sin, and sometimes the only way to do that is baptism of fire. So,
All I could gather was that a certain someone was putting out legislation that was anti-trans, and potentially as a form of protest of that a guy ran himself onto the White House lawn and lit himself on fire.
Okay, I'm gonna have to put a stop to that right there.
What's happening?
Because I don't want I think it's probably best if we keep politics talk off of the channel.
I need to shave my
Fair.
legs soon.
Although it's still pretty shitty that someone felt they needed to light themselves on fire to do that.
I mean, it's replicating many protests that happened in South Vietnam.
Fair enough.
I was trying to avoid bringing in politics, but just someone just the other day lit himself on fire.
Fuck yeah!
And that reminded me that there was a whole social media craze a few years ago of kids lighting themselves on fire.
Mans just wants to do scorpions.
You think we? Oh?
I was just gonna say, I remember that social media craze, but specifically with people lighting their genitalia on fire.
Why?
Why?
It was just a thing to do.
I have a question.
It was like you would put like hand sanitizer on your pants and light them on fire.
Oh, okay. Via the pants. I thought you meant just spray.
I mean, I'm sure there are people who put it directly on their genitalia.
Yeah. I think that was Jackass.
And
probably.
This is why Cthulhu needs to rise.
I have a specific question.
What?
Yeah.
In what world can oranges be inorganic?
This one.
Whenever you go to the store during Christmas time and buy a chocolate orange.
I was sent a recipe for an orange cake, and it called for organic oranges. Well, oranges are already organic.
Oh, when they say that in a recipe, it means you have to specifically get like non-GMO foods.
Even though, selective breeding has made oranges entirely a GMO food.
Yeah.
And also, there's practically no difference other than that they charge you more for an organic.
God damn it, no, that's a tip.
Also, typically they use less pesticides in the process of creating the food, but then that means there's a lot more food waste because they'll only present to you things that are of perfect visual quality, and when you don't use pesticides, you get a lot of food with pockmarks on them.
Yeah.
They're still perfectly good.
That's why it's more expensive.
Yep.
Alright, I got a very, very frustrated with the fact of organic orange.
When it says organic in relation to food, it doesn't. Yeah, that's not what it is.
Yeah. Just like the fact that you can buy organic chicken breast. It doesn't mean that it doesn't come from an animal. It means that it comes from a very specific, like, by nature's intention animal, quote unquote.
I want to grow a chicken breast. But
I'm
sorry. Anyways, are we live?
Yes, we're live. We have been for a few minutes. Shall we introduce ourselves and our characters and get into session?
Yes. And if we in the future, like after this session, let's just introduce ourselves so I can start writing proper session things.
Okay.
Because if we introduce the characters at the start, it then makes it redundant to mention the characters again while doing a wrap-up of the last session.
Okay, well then let's just introduce ourselves and then we'll just get into stuff, okay?
I mean, for this time, still introduce the characters. Next time, though.
Alright. Well, starting from the top, as always.
Yep.
I play Keta. You know her? She's kind of in a sticky situation right now. quite literally and figuratively in a way, you know. But that's me.
Alright. I'm Armored Hunter. I play Dravinche, who has just helped the group chase down this means. Now we see it as a spooter. And yeah, slashy stabby time.
The best time.
Hi, I'm Danny Boop, and I play Morgan O'Brien. And, well, we're just gonna have to see what can be done about this. Hopefully we can rescue Keta and the party's favorite NPC from this spoder.
Flair and Cassandra in the background, like, hey,
They all share favorite NPC. Just Keta has a personal favorite.
fair enough. Failsy, it's your turn.
I am Feltrolls. I play Felzy Zemodus. I don't have a quip for today because I am surprised by giant spiders.
That's understandable.
And Doja, I play Gon.
That's just always how he introduces himself.
No, usually I say the character's name. No, I play Gon.
Alright,
I am a sentient gun being.
that's a thing you could be. Anyways,
Yeah.
a warforged with a gun for a head.
I'm a fire in my face.
Alright, well, before I begin explanations, let us start things off by rolling initiative.
Scram.
Probably say clear out the crab.
The crab is going to destroy you.
The crab suddenly is resurrected underneath the spider, and we have a crab v spider fight.
No, it just appears under Dravinche, just like, sup, bitch.
Sup, bitch.
Thought you missed me the first time.
You think you killed me?
My token is not on the field.
Put it on the field then.
I can't. I've tried dragging it onto the field. It's not working.
Well, let me get my dice out and I'll put it on the field.
Oh, wait. Well, that got at least a token on the field.
But it's not the token.
There's
Oh.
your token.
Okay, well then that needs to go away.
It's already gone.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
All good.
I clicked on my token before rolling initiative. You dumb thing. Why you not do thing?
Just do it again. Alright, what shall be the color of your destruction today?
Red.
Red? Okay.
Okay, I guess just take
Any kind of red
whichever
D20.
one of those initiative rolls.
First one you rolled, which I believe was 7.
Yes. At least it got me into the initiative order, so you can edit it.
You can edit your own initiative, I'm pretty sure. This one's red.
Oh, I can. Okay.
Yeah, you can always do that.
All right.
Just have to press enter after you're done.
I'll just press enter.
You can even put it in text.
There we go. It has been edited for you.
Alright, and what's this thing's dex modifier? +3, okay.
Ah, damn it.
Spooky, scary speed, or
Spooky, scary spiders and shivers down your spine.
Now I'm blowing its legs off at the joint.
Oh, while you're getting your dice in order, shouldn't you introduce yourself, DM?
Of course I should. That's a thing I should do. Hello, everyone. My name is Ash. I am the DM for this group of crazy individuals who have found themselves in a rather precarious situation this night. Both in the sense of it being nighttime out of game, or at least evening, because it's actually not dark where I am at all. And in the sense of that it is nighttime or early morning in game. This thing gets a 17 for its initiative.
Shit.
Well,
But we're
fuck.
just going to be jumping right into things. So when we last left our heroes off, they had been awoken from their slumber in the night by a tent in their camp suddenly disappearing, as fortunately Brimstone, the ever alert man he is, managed to notice into the far off trees that where the tent was disappearing to, being dragged by a large arachnoid creature. They chased it down, nearly losing it several times, before managing to come to a large, almost dome of golden threads in the middle of this forest, where they currently have stopped, cut their way through the threads, found themselves in a web encrusted graveyard as this large golden spider is looming over their two companions, still currently entrapped in their tent.
Eh.
And on that note, it's its turn first.
I mean,
Does
Hmm?
Orc Friend get a initiative roll?
He does actually. I forgot that he would actually have a modifier now.
yeah,
So
he
I'm gonna
actually
roll him
has
some
proper
initiative.
stats.
He doesn't, however, have a weapon.
That's fine. He doesn't need it. His buddy is a weapon.
He did not roll very well.
I mean,
So
all
him-
of us didn't roll very well.
He got automatically sorted to the bottom of the initiative order with appropriate, because he is the bottom of the initiative order.
The point of contention I have to go before Felton.
Alright, so it's turn first. If I remember, at least some people had done some things at the end of the last session. Does anyone remember what those were?
Nope.
Right. Well, if I recall correctly, this thing had turned its eyes away from your two entrapped companions to notice the sudden arrival of 4 new people. As Flair and Cassandra are actually not with you guys right now. If you
Weird.
remember correctly, neither of them were armed.
Neither of them are technically armed, so it'd be stupid if they came along.
Flair
Except
has a
for
giant
Flair, who
sword.
I was going to say, except for Flair, who has a giant sword that you've never seen him take out of the sheath.
And probably it is also able to cast magic.
He doesn't have any of his components, is the issue. So yeah. This thing is going to look at all of the people who have suddenly appeared. Judge a little bit of distance. Yep. You see it sort of make a mechanical whirring sound as its legs sort of curl up onto themselves slightly, and then spring forward as it launches itself towards you.
Ah, fuck.
Oh,
right.
shit.
Brimstone, what's your AC?
A number. I'll
I
tell
need
you if
that
it hits. 16.
All right, so a 15's not going to hit you.
Just barely.
All right. So you manage to avoid it as it lashes out with one of its long legs. This creature, by the way, now you're getting a closer look of it. Definitely, as you noticed before, a mechanical creature. It is odd to see something that appears to be made of gold, but still looks sturdy. Especially considering it seems to have armor that's made of porcelain.
What the fuck?
It's a very beautiful creature. But that is its turn.
Yeah.
So, Dravinche.
Okay. Let's see here. I got a few options. I'm going to use the dash action
Alright.
to run around the spider.
Okay. It is
And-
going to make an opportunity attack at you because it does have reach.
Ah, damn it.
Ooh, I get a feeling that 24 hits you.
Yes. Yes, it does.
All right, so it just lashes out with one of its legs and just catches you in the side as you're running past. You take minimum damage, so you take 4 damage.
That still hurts.
I'm assuming
It's-
there's just a pile of blood going straight across the floor there.
Probably.
So, but yeah, now I'm next to Kieta and Lee, who by next turn I should be able to cut out.
You haven't. Well, can you make a bonus action attack? Because you do have light weapons.
Uh,
I forget
do
if that's a
have
thing you
light
can do with your
weapons.
class.
but I think the thing
That's-
you're referring to is after the dodge action.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're going to make an attack with an offhand weapon after you make an attack with proper action.
Yes, I unfortunately cannot out of the blue make a attack with a bonus action.
Gotcha.
Unless you would allow me to, since I would have sword drawn.
You got hit, so I'm gonna say no. Would have messed
Alright.
up your momentum. Alright. Alright, so Keta,
Okay.
you're in a bad situation. While you think about that, I'm gonna get some battle music playing, because I remembered there was none playing right now.
You do hear Da Vinci right next to you, just going, "Quick, I'll get you out."
I mean, she's kind of panicking, so her mind's not working the best. But I don't know if Ash is back or not for me
I'm
to.
still here.
Okay, so
Yeah,
Kenta
whenever
try to wiggle her herself out.
Alright.
Don't know what this would be to wiggle out.
Alright, so you can either attempt to make a athletics check or a acrobatics check.
Acrobatics.
Kind of figured.
Jane!
Alright. 15 was the DC, so you do manage to squirm yourself out.
It's kind of like, oh god, okay. Alive. Oh god, there's a spider.
Yep.
And I was gonna say, just for movement, I'm gonna use half of it just to stand up, I assume, because I was prone before.
Yeah, you were prone.
I can stand up here in front of Lee.
Who is still
That's my
mostly just like squished
Yeah.
up in the tent.
She figures Javinte can help him while she protects these two.
Does that music sound good to everyone?
That is my turn.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I only hear rain.
It should update of it soon enough. Or you might have to refresh. But Failsy, it is your turn.
Well, this. As much as I'd like to keep this thing for later, fuck this thing.
Alright. Chaos Bolt. Let's see, would that hit this? Yes, that would hit.
Alright then.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Uh,
What damage type would that be?
let's have a look.
Yeah,
I
4
didn't-
2.
4 or 2. Could have sworn I tried to put this in as a feat. I need to remember to put it as a feat later. So I
Might
can
help.
remember. 4 or 2. Gold or. Force damage.
Force damage? Alright then.
Just a heavy impact on this porcelain face.
Gotcha. Alright, so that seems to be a hefty blow. It sort of staggers backwards slightly. Give this thing a health bar so you guys can see what your damage dealt. Alright, so it's just sort of like staggers backwards, having been hit by the force of your Chaos Bolt. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
I think I'll stay behind the meat shields.
Alrighty.
Alright, so that brings us to Brimstone.
Oh,
One sulfurous boy.
yeah. No, first thing I want to do is just disengage and move.
Hey, if that's what you want to do, that's what you do.
Yeah.
I will say, this thing did already take its reaction to attack.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Disengage
yeah.
action.
Well, I don't have to.
Yeah.
Because they're
You
already...
still technically would have your action if you wanted.
Okay. Bonus.
That's gonna miss, yeah.
Yeah.
You fire the bullet, and where the magic did seem to impact it pretty well, your bullet just seems to skid off the porcelain.
Got it.
Like it actually hits into a track on one of its legs and just goes sliding along it.
Okay. Nice. That's my turn.
Murugun.
Okay, she's just going to stare at this thing, and as she's glaring at it, I guess her eyes would maybe glow the same color as her sword as she activates Hexblade's curse.
Alright, pop that card up into the chat. Nice, nice.
And then we're gonna swing the Moonlit Aria at it.
Yeah. Swing that sword. That's gonna hit. Ooh, nice blow.
Nice and hefty.
For the sake of those who are just listening, I forgot to call it my roll. It was a 20.
Yep, 20 to hit, 15 damage.
Yee.
Yeah. A pretty hefty blow as the Moonlit Aria seems to skid in between two of the joints on this thing's leg, and just you hear a lot of crunching on the inside of its leg as your blade is pulled back out.
And just free action at the end of before ending my turn, just saying, "This is what you get for taking our friends."
It is a spider and does not respond.
Well, yeah, I know.
I have a friend.
Alright. Lee. Boy, Lee. Let's see if you can escape. Would help if that rolled somewhere where I could see the result. What is your athletics modifier, Lee? Oh, pretty good, actually. Alright, so... Actually, I guess I could just roll this in-game to see... Because he is a character, technically, in this world. See what he gets.
21.
Yep, he manages to break his way out. Sort
And
of just...
thus me running over here was for nothing.
Yeah, pretty much as soon as you get over there, it's just like, I'm here to help! Kenta just, like, out of it. Like getting, like a banana being squeezed out of its peel. And Lee, seconds later, just goes... is, like, sitting in a potato sack.
He hulks
Could I
his way
take
out of it.
Yeah, so they are both free now.
Good to see that you're both alive.
Used half movement to get up. And then he's going to step forward ahead of Geta.
God damn it.
And you know what? He's feeling aggressive. As he's going to actually move up to the spider. And in his turn there.
Question. Danny,
What?
could you recenter your token, please?
I think it's just a map.
No, it's just a trap.
It was from where it got dragged onto the screen. It wasn't lining up with the grid.
I wasn't aware because the grids are kind of wonky from what I can see. I apologize.
It's hard to find maps with references that don't already have grids on them. I'm very sorry.
I know, and grids are a pain to try to line up.
Alright. It is the Orb Weaver's turn again. It feels something tickling at its backside, but it sees something in front of it. So it's going to try to swipe one of its legs at Morrigan. What is Morrigan's AC?
15.
Alright. So it does hit you, but rather than dealing a lot of damage, whereas before it used a raking attack with its leg. Oh, that still rolled good though. So that deals actually more damage, unfortunately, because that deals 5 damage. As you are stuck to the porcelain somehow, and you're lifted into the air.
Shit.
Oh, fuck!
Yeah, you're not sure what's sticking you, but you are currently considered grappled by this creature.
Oh, yay, fun!
Alright,
Well, isn't that
that is...
interesting?
Yeah. Well, that is its turn. Dravince. The whippoorwill calls in the background.
He's going to turn at this thing. Going after all of us. Time for me to show what I can do.
Ooh, here's where things get fun.
Dravince is going to suddenly start dancing in the middle of the fight. And do kind of a power slide towards the spider as
Get web all over your pants.
First attack,
Gonna hit.
9 slashing.
Alright.
Second
That's a
attack
solid hit. Also a hit.
with an additional 7 damage as with each of his attacks he appears to have more of a flow going through. His weapons carrying more momentum with each strike.
Yes. And so begins the show of Dravince's true talent. Alright. So that's 16 damage total. Puts this thing at that amount of health.
And also, obligatory let her go.
Again, it is a spider and does not understand language.
DM, you said you were gonna put a health bar up for the Golden Weaver. I don't see one.
It's had one this whole time.
I don't see it though.
You
There
have
are
to,
tokens
we don't
currently
see it.
sitting on top of it.
My
no,
token?
you have to manually enable it for us to see it.
Oh.
Yeah, I just restarted my thing and I still don't see it. Oh, there it is.
You guys have never mentioned that before, and I've never turned that on.
I just always assumed that you go without showing us health.
I mean, technically I
like that.
shouldn't, but I do.
Yeah. That's whatever.
Is it my
I
turn?
can't tell if it's half
Yes.
health or what because Lee's standing on top of it.
So
That's
Kenta,
about that.
Kenta feeling a bit, God, what's going on? It's like, God damn it, Lee, you're not gonna end this without me. Run up.
Kenta, what are you doing?
What are you doing? You don't have anything.
I have fist.
Someone should remind Dravince he's got a spare sword. Give it to Lee.
But she's going to kind of take out the blade she hasn't used yet because she's only been really a ranged fighter.
Give it a stab.
Yeah, let's do this.
Give it a stab with your mostly ornamental sword.
And
You miss.
I'm trying.
You have to take a momentary pause, and Lee just goes, "But I have fish," to give him like a deadpan look, and it makes you miss.
And Keta's bardic inspiration to Lee would be, could you try not to die when hunting it?
All right,
No promises.
that's a D6 inspiration from you, I believe.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, it is. It's
Just try to. Inspirational.
All right. Is that your turn?
Yeah, got nothing else I can do.
All right, Failsy, one of your meat shields left you.
Where am I? Oh, there. Well, there's still one between me and a giant spider, and he seems kind of preoccupied. Maybe I can shoot her down.
Yeah, you can try.
Where did my stack block go?
Everything on my computer froze up, but hopefully I don't explode.
Ah,
Well, Fauzi's still got more rounds of Chaos Bolt, so off we go again.
Ooh, off we go, shooting K.
That'll be a
I see what
Oh,
happened. I've
fuck!
seen your double nat 1 as to juxtaposed to your double nat 20 before.
yeah, that'll
Good
be a
severity.
that'll be a dominate fate moment.
Alright, are you gonna dominate fate then?
Yes.
Well, roll again. Just roll a d20 and see what the result is.
Okay.
another nat 1.
And it's meant to be. Fate's just like, hey, what if you failed?
So that's a 17.
Alright. You feel yourself begin to form your magic, and you feel like it's gonna go terribly wrong as your hand is reaching out towards Motogun at your shot. Because you're thinking about trying to shoot her down. And you realize just at the last second as the bolt flies from your hand that you can't let it go that way, and you curve the bullet. Alright,
Doing
so
this wanted style.
yeah. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh. Oops.
Alright.
That is a 6 or 2.
So I think that's cold or something. Cold or poison.
I'm gonna freeze it then.
Alright, you're gonna cast freezing magic towards it.
Yeah, might. I mean, might go a little better than trying to poison the construct.
Yeah. Excuse me.
As a general rule.
Alright, so you send out your freezing bolt and it does race along the arm that Motogun is on, damaging the creature, but luckily not hurting her. Alright. Is that your turn?
Use my free action to call out to Morgan. Are you alright there, love? Do you need any more help?
Just fucking peachy!
Alright then.
I love the fact that Fails is just straight up a sociopath.
I mean, she's been living with snakes for how long?
Fair enough. Brimstone. One of your allies is currently being jostled about
About in the air by this large creature.
Okay. I don't like doing it. But I'm going to. Okay, that hits.
Uh-huh.
And, yeah, I'm gonna call on Dad for help with this one.
Alright, so go ahead and roll that extra thing as the brand on your arm starts to burn.
Okay.
Alright, and this creature does not have resistance to fire damage, so we know what that means. Alright, so That's 11 piercing, and then that much fire. Total
Yep.
for
Pretty good hit.
Yeah, you see Monogun. You see a bullet come racing past you and hit this thing's limb that you're on, and then just this brackish green flame start coming out of that injury. Looks a bit more dangerous than normal fire.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then, since we're second level, I'm gonna do another thing.
All right, you doing what? Ooh,
I know I can't fire the gun more than once.
yeah. Unfortunately, that pistol is a single shot, and you
Yeah.
have to reload it.
Yeah, yeah.
So you can reload
excellent.
it as a bonus action.
Oh, okay. Then I'll spend bonus action to reload and then fire again.
And that's a hit. You want to take more damage?
I shouldn't, but I'm going to.
All right, roll that d8.
I almost rolled 48. Come on.
Not yet, child. Not yet.
All right, so
Yeah, not yet.
and then, yep. And then the second shot rings out as it flies into the center of this thing. And you just see that same brackish green flame start to spill out through its limbs as it drops limp onto the ground.
You're dead.
Oregon, you are also spilled onto the ground, taking 2 damage in the process as you're pretty much just slammed on the ground as this thing goes limp.
yeah, but thanks to Hexblade's curse, because it died, I do get back hit points.
You don't actually.
Oh,
But-
there you
It didn't
But
die.
For some reason, though it's gone limp, you are not gaining anything from your curse.
go.
Okay, just for clarification, did it, was I impaled on it or anything, or just,
You were basically, for some reason, you were sticking to one of its legs.
Yeah, it's like it had like webbing wrapped around one of its legs, and when I hit you with it, you got stuck to it.
oh, okay,
Yeah, it basically clotheslined you with one of its legs, and you stuck to it as it brought it into the air.
am I still stuck to it?
You're able to pull yourself off of it now.
Combat
You
over.
alright?
Well, that
We're
certainly
not leaving
wasn't,
initiative, but it seems to be dead.
that wasn't fun, but I'm alright.
We're free. Yay.
So we're still in initiative?
I don't trust it. I'm rolling perception. Whatever.
I want to poke it.
Well, are we
Alright.
still acting in initiative order though?
We're still acting in initiative order, so Morrigan,
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna go first.
you've been dropped on the ground, but you didn't feel the ending effect of your Hexblade's curse activate.
Very suspicious.
This thing is also a robot, so you don't know how that works.
Still very suspicious.
Understandable.
Just get herself free and just say to the group, I don't know if it's dead or not.
Then keep hitting it until you know it is.
I guess that would be a course of action, is smack it and see what happens.
Yep.
And I guess technically Hexblade's curse is still up.
Yes, it is still active.
Okay, so
Here's
that
the
means...
question. Where do you want to hit it? Or do you just want to examine it?
Actually, probably examining it would be the more intelligent option.
Alright.
So,
For the sake of anyone who would want to make this check on their turn, it's an investigations roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's got the sword at the ready, but she's investigating this thing.
All right.
7. I ain't seeing shit.
Yeah, you're looking over this creature. It's taken a lot of damage from your fight, but it actually looks like it was already damaged before you guys found it. You're not really sure what to make of that.
I don't know what the fuck is up with this thing.
Lee's turn.
Yeah.
He just puts a hand on Keta's shoulder.
Didn't die. Good job.
Did good. Pats his cheek.
Yeah, that's basically all that happens on that turn.
Okay. What?
Don't question
Fine.
it. Anyways, moving on.
Oh, okay.
Nothing.
Okay.
All right, so comes back around to this thing's turn, and where the did my D20 just go?
I don't know.
D20, where did you go?
Into the ether of space.
I just bought you. You have 2 1s on you.
It's that one.
That's when it turns out that if it rolls a nat 1 on a D20, it comes back to life with full health.
Oh nay.
No, seriously, where'd my D20 just go?
No.
Okay, I've heard of losing your marbles, but losing your dice is a whole other thing.
Nah, it's pretty easy.
Oh, there it is. It had fallen between the folds of my bed sheet. Oh crap! I almost just yanked my headphones out. All right. Sorry. As it gets back around to this thing's turn, it starts to make noise, like a clicking noise, but it's not moving.
Mm-hmm.
Da Vinci, it's your turn.
Da Vinci is going to stab it in the abdomen.
All right, go ahead and roll to an attack with advantage.
Advantage.
All right. Oh, also, Andy, to answer your question, yes.
How do you stab with the cutlass?
You can stab something. You can stab with a cutlass straight down.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
and then I would like you to roll a d20 for me.
Great. I think I know.
7.
Brimstone
All right.
doesn't, but I think I
You stab a hole straight down into its abdomen. You can still hear that clicking noise.
it's any louder.
No.
Well,
All right, Keta.
I have my second attack.
Well, you can take it, but we'll see what happens.
I'm just gonna do a quick stab with the short sword. 17.
Yep. I forget. Does momentum apply to every attack in a turn?
It applies to every attack, as far as I know.
Okay. Go ahead and roll another d20.
Dog.
I'll go.
19.
Dog.
Sorry, that's my dog.
Dog.
Pretty good. Pretty
Dog,
good. Let's
dog.
see. Oh, okay. Your sword punches into this thing, and you feel it grind against something, and the clicking starts to slow.
Going to.
Your turn is
This
over.
is my expensive sword, so I'm not sure if I want to, but. Going to leave the sword kind of jammed in there and indicate there's something still moving in here.
All right.
It's my turn.
Sorry, I thought I moved the turn order back from him. Keta.
Keta's gonna kind of step up on the thing a little bit and stab her rapier down.
Make
All
a
the rapiers.
strength check.
Step up?
Strength to stab, because Keta's not very strong. Stabbing it into this creature would be very difficult for Keta, since that's not a magical weapon.
Darn!
You go to stab it down into the
One.
abdomen, and it just bounces off.
I thought I was gonna stab into my own foot.
I mean,
We'll
I can
stab your
roll
sword
severity,
off.
and we can see what happens.
I thought you were gonna stab into my arm.
Don't stab into
Stabs
anybody.
Shatter's sword.
Actually, probably not fair to roll severity with a dice with 2 1s on it.
No, generally not.
I rolled a 1 on the other dice.
Oof.
High or low, Keta?
Low,
Was that a high or a low?
Low.
low.
Because it just sounded like a
Yeah,
hell.
yeah. All I heard was high pitched screeching sound.
You said low?
Low.
Alright. Your sword
That's what
doesn't
my stably
break.
Cool.
It just bounces off.
Just bends.
Okay.
But it felt like if that had gone a little bit worse, your sword might have just snapped in half.
That would have been sad.
Yeah, large aren't proficient with scimitar, so I don't have weapons to use.
Just kind of scoot back and behind Lee.
Alright. Failsy.
Fellas is gonna get up and is like, ooh, let's have a looky at this. And do an investigation.
Yes, do an investigation roll.
It's really unfortunate you didn't have advantage.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
So you pretty much discover the same thing Morrigan saw when she was looking at it, that it appears to have been damaged before your guys' fight with it, but you're not exactly sure what damage is exactly what you guys dealt or what damage was before it, and you're not really sure what's going on with it right now.
So where is the off switch? Or did we hit that already? And that's Felsy's turn.
All right, Brimstone.
I mean, I'm trying to figure out what's the deal. I'm gonna roll an investigation. 16.
All right then, Brimstone. You're a little bit more, not necessarily versed with looking at robotical creatures, robotic creatures, not robotical. Not exactly versed with looking at robotic creatures, but you
Oh,
know
yeah.
battle damage. Specifically, you know battle damage that you guys did in this fight.
Specifically, my 2 flaming bullet holes.
Yeah. One of the wounds you dealt to it is like directly in the center of where its abdomen would be. Like basically on its chest. And the other one's on one of its leg joints that was the one holding Morrigan up.
Mhm.
You notice that none of you would have dealt a large, like grievous, like slash wound to the back of its armor. Like on
Like-
the top of the back of its armor.
Oh, no.
Like it appears to have like a hole punched in the side of its armor.
About how big?
About half a foot wide, like about half a foot tall and about 2 feet wide. Like it's a giant like hole that's been gouged out of this thing's armor.
Okay, so it's like a giant puncture wound, basically.
Yeah. You don't see any sign of it going out the other side.
Huh. Alright, remember, you want to be on the lookout for something else. He's got a giant ass puncture wound, and I don't think any of us could do that. Well, matter of fact, I don't know none of us can do that, but. What the fuck is that?
Seems to be
There's
ticking.
ticking coming from inside.
Yeah,
Move
that-
back.
Yeah, that's-
Uh-huh.
That's the sound you guys have been hearing this whole time, as it's just been lying
Um,
limp on the ground.
I
Yeah,
just
and
used
Dravinci,
all my movement.
Dravinci slowed down the ticking.
You don't know what that ticking is. Alright, Murugun, it's your turn again.
Yes, Brimstone was paranoid, and I used all my movement to get there.
Can I do an Arcana check on it?
You can?
I can?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm gonna do that. 21.
Alrighty then. You're thinking... You don't have a whole lot of experience with things like constructs or warforged or anything like that, like mechanical or otherwise animated creatures.
Mm-hmm.
You know they typically have some sort of core that is their actual life force, and the body that's surrounding it is just a shell.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting the sense that maybe you guys have broken the body to the point where it can't move, but the core is still functioning. And that might be what this ticking sound is.
She's just investigating it, and for sake of flavor, just investigating, be like, the vessel's broken, but the core still is. I don't know how to explain it, but this thing's technically still alive, but I don't think it can hurt us any longer.
The body is broken, but the soul lives on.
Yeah, that's pretty fair way to explain it.
Yeah.
And there's
What
a
if
second question for me. Maybe.
We could probably destroy it.
Alright, I'm going to talk now.
Yeah, go ahead.
What especially gives you that idea is the fact that where Brimstone shot it the last time seemed to be where a lot of its limbs were attached to. And since his fire seemed to melt it, that part is like completely locked up.
And just look at Brimstone and be like, I think one of your shots is what did it in, body-wise.
Hmm.
The sound you guys are hearing right now is almost reminiscent of when a clock stops working properly and you can just still hear one of the main drive gears ticking.
Hmm.
But the clock itself has stopped moving. Alright. Lee's gonna look to everyone and basically be like, should we open it up?
I'm thinking that too.
Yeah.
If it's got a core, I kind of want it.
It blasted open.
I'm gonna try to open it up.
Get hurt.
Yeah, be careful. There's not stuff in moving parts in there.
Yeah, should be fine. He's gonna walk over to... Actually, I'm gonna see where he tries to grab this thing from to open it up. Alright,
If if there's any risk of it damaging my sword, Dravinci would pull it out.
I mean, there's probably risk. You don't know, but there's probably risk. There's always risk. Better be safe.
Yeah.
Alright.
Better to do the pull-out game.
Yeah. Mad. Anyways. Lee's actually going to find that hole Brimstone noticed. The one that seems to be a giant gouge wound. Gonna look into it real quick, make sure there's not anything like blade-wise grinding there. And then just stick his hands into that hole and try to lift up. Gonna make an athletics check for this boy. There's the wolf hollers in the background.
Ooh.
All right. 23, so he actually does manage to pry open the top part of its armor. Yeah, and you guys just see all of its gears. Some of them still are trying to move, but that central part, which seems to be some sort of actual, like, wire and pulley mechanism that was making its limbs move, has been melted.
Like, does he rip the entire top of the central body off, or just...
Yeah, basically the top white piece of its armor has been popped open.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you actually do see that in the center of its body, there is a large gear sticking out of it at a weird angle. That looks different from the rest of the internal mechanisms. But it is its turn. And it rolled a 1, so it's not doing anything. You do actually notice eventually where your sword was punched down through it. It would have actually been like the tip of it hitting the top of that gear, as you can currently see that is what's moving inside of it. So it is your turn.
My apologies, I got a little absent-minded. Could you please repeat what was inside?
Basically, what you're seeing when it is opened up is you can see all of its various metal components, which all, weirdly enough, seem to be made of gold. The main part of its body, where all of its limbs were being driven from, has been melted by one of Brimstone's bullets. But you can still see where that ticking was coming from is actually a large, out-of-place gear that is jammed into this thing's mechanics at a weird angle. And you would have noticed that where your sword had been punched down through its armor would have actually been the tip of it hitting against this gear, making it slow down. Because it does appear to be what is moving.
Okay, so it's moving and interacting with some other gears, but at a weird angle?
Yeah.
Dravinci is interested at the metal composition for, like, to have gold tools that can withstand a lot of force. That'd be a very fine set of smithing or gold or jewelry tools.
Yeah. It is
Also
certainly an
make
interesting
for-
metal composition.
Also make for some very interesting golden jewelry.
Fair.
Don't want to risk it. Why not? Dravinci is going to try to very carefully pull out the moving gear.
All right. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
Oh, not
what
advantage,
was
that's a 6.
Okay.
You go to pull it out, and 1, you realize it's very heavy. Then 2, you realize as it's starting to move, your hand is about to be crushed between it and some of the other mechanics, so you have to pull your hands out really quickly.
Ugh. I think there's some stuff we could scavenge from this. Let's. There's a gear out of place. Let's make that thing stop.
I'm gonna go ahead and take us out of turn order
Yeah.
because you guys have figured out what's going on with this thing.
There.
If it had lasted much longer, it would have been able to pick itself back up.
Mm.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
You there?
Give me a second.
It is good.
Dravinci, that was a very silly thing. Don't you know not to put your hands where they don't belong?
Can I try something?
Mm.
I mean, I'm small enough to try to grab it. Just
Yeah. But it's still moving.
I have an idea for that too. I need to be able to see it. And I don't want you freaking out if I go near it.
I mean, you can see it right now without getting near it.
Well, it's more so if you get up close to do what she wants to do.
Fair enough.
All right. So what are you doing?
How big are the nodules in between? Like, because it's a gear, so like, how big are like the spaces between each like spoke thing?
The spaces between the teeth.
The
Yeah,
teeth.
I gotcha. It's basically the teeth are an inch, and then the space in between them are an inch.
Okay.
Like this thing has a lot of teeth.
Mhm. Yeah.
Actually, that's an exaggeration. Thinking about it, what it is in my head, it's more like 2 inches apart.
Okay.
Do you think it'd be stronger to hold it, stone or metal?
Metal tends to bend.
I can go stone then.
I wouldn't recommend using any stones here. We don't know which ones are grave markers and which ones are just rock.
This is a graveyard?
Yeah, you look around, you guys are in a graveyard.
This is weird.
Before we get all smashy, I wonder where that power core is.
I mean, I could probably blast it open if you all like step back.
I mean, I will say, currently it is open.
But
Well,
it's
no, I think she means blasting the other ones around it, popping it out that way.
Oh, okay.
yeah, because it's basically like using Thunderwave and then basically blasting all the pieces apart, so it's a bit more manageable.
You could certainly try that.
I wouldn't mind at least grabbing some of the metal components. Can make a fine set of tools with that.
Just need you all to step back. I don't want to hurt you guys.
I will
Of
say, anyone
course.
who's muddy grubby in this group, this thing's entire body, except for its armor, is made of gold, as far as you can tell.
Oh no, yeah, that's why Brimstone is not interested in the metal. However, the porcelain would be very nice.
How far
gonna
away
wait.
do you need us to be?
Kind of like motions to about over. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Over here, like that way.
One moment, dear. Can I make a quick investigation to
All
try
right.
and find the power core before it explodes?
You get the sense that this gear that's sticking up out of it is the power core. You can tell that just with your base arcane knowledge.
Okay.
It's just the whole fact that we need to get all the other gears apart from it.
Such a waste.
And Ket is going to take in a deep breath and yell.
She's gonna scream at it.
Casting Thunderwave.
All right. Give us a scream.
I'm not gonna do it on stream.
I mean, roll the attack.
That's shit damage.
This technically this thing does still have Constitution to resist, but luckily it only has a +1, so it fails. All right, so you basically let loose your scream of your cube of sound, and it sort of blows quite a few of the other gears away, and you do see that the one large central gear that is sticking up out of it does seem to come loose slightly.
Dad,
You sure?
but I can see it's probably very loose. I could probably poke at it. Just gonna poke her hand at it to see if it's loose.
For Kieta's baby arms, it wiggles a little bit. Just a little bit.
If it's wiggling for me, it's probably very loose.
Can I use my staff to try and lever it out?
You can try.
Slide it under it and just try and pop it up?
Yeah, the only issue with trying to get it out is that it's still currently moving.
Yeah, so if we keep something in there for too long, it's gonna crush it and crack.
Actually, Redstone, can I have that crowbar? Instead of putting my wooden staff in there.
I mean, wouldn't it be better to let the big guy try to do it?
I was about to say just the same thing.
Yeah.
What if it gets his hands hurt?
Gonna have a crowbar.
You said metal bends.
Metal bends, but it's better than him mangling his fucking hand.
That metal's also very rusted.
If it breaks, it
Okay.
breaks.
I can still try, Keta.
I'm just worried. I'm sorry.
He pats you on the shoulder.
I'll be fine.
So I guess you guys give him the crowbar and let him try.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna let him make an athletics check at advantage to pull this thing out.
That's low.
You can add a d6 to it too.
I'll do that because that will put him over.
Alright.
All right, so he manages to get the crowbar. He doesn't so much as try to pry it out, but more waits for it to get to a point where one of the spaces between the spokes of the gear is exposed, sticks the crowbar in the middle of that spoke, puts his hands on either side of the crowbar, like on either side of the gear that the crowbar is through, and just lifts straight up. So rather than try to pry it out, he just pulls the whole thing out at once.
Ooh, come to mama.
And then you do hear the ticking noise stop.
Well, looks like you're right there, Filzy. That big gear was the core.
This thing is really heavy.
Put it down then.
Yeah, that's a good question. About how big is this thing?
The gear itself is about 2 foot in diameter.
Ooh, that's big.
Yeah, I don't think Fails he's carrying.
Yeah, and it's about half a foot thick.
Yeah, and that's made of solid gold, which is a rather heavy
No,
metal.
this gear
is
is
it
not
not?
made of gold.
Oh, what is it?
It appears to be made of steel.
That's still quite heavy metal in large
Yeah, it
quantities.
probably weighs a good 100 pounds or so.
Wow.
80, 100 pounds.
Yeah.
That is hefty.
Yeah.
Jiggles my bag's like, bag's kind of full.
And could just tie a rope to the center and then out past the teeth and make a little backpack kind of thing for weight.
I was just
Or
gonna
you could-
roll it.
Or
I'm
that.
gonna say you can roll it. That's the smarter decision.
Examining it, can I see if there's any runes or any like markings on the gear itself to indicate?
Yeah, go ahead and make either
Where
an
this thing's
investigation or an
soul is?
arcana check.
They're both the same to me.
All right. Well, they'll garner different results, is why I say.
I
Can
don't
I try
know.
to look at it?
Yeah, you can both
Roll-wise,
look at
it's the same. Fells going to arcana this. See if it's enchanted.
Stone has no reason.
Was investigation the other one?
Yes.
Let's do it. Hey, wait, nope. I'm gonna use my thing.
Yep, go ahead and roll that.
That's an 8.
Not a lot of help. All right. Keta, you're looking at it. It looks like a gear. It's steel. It's still pretty shiny, all things considered. It's pretty obvious to notice that it does have in the very center of it a gemstone. But aside from that, you don't notice anything outstanding about it. Failsy, you looking at it, you realize that there is that large gemstone in the center that would, if anything, probably be the housing of its arcane enchantment. It doesn't have runes carved into it per se, but it does have some form of symbol on part of its spokes. You're not exactly sure what it is.
So most of this cog might as well just be all gravy. And the real spider is this doodad right here, tapping the gem.
Can it be taken out?
Not sure. It looks like the metal itself is formed around that gemstone.
Only if I knew heat metal.
By the way, Failsy,
Yes?
can you give me
You cut out there, bud.
Can you give me a wisdom saving throw?
Wisdom saving.
Yes, please.
Not my strong suit.
Yeah. All I heard is what?
10.
All right, nothing happens.
Do I notice anything try to do something to me?
You definitely feel like there's an arcane charge about this item, but you're not really sure anything. You're not sure of what it's done.
Has Lee set the thing down on the ground?
He's kind of still got it with the crowbar as Failsy is like examining it, so he's holding it more at eye level for her.
Yeah, Ketel kind of like motion for him to set it down because she wants to see if she could probably like try to go back to the gym area.
Best not touch that. I think it's a little angry.
You say that as she's touching it.
It seems to be seamlessly formed into the metal.
Yeah. Anyways, so what do you want to do now?
We're missing two of us.
Well, I definitely want this piece.
Should roll it back then.
I was about to say, are you even going to be able to carry that, lass?
I don't know, you're going to be able to carry all of that gold legging stuff?
Javinci, are there any particular pieces you're looking at? Because there are a lot of like little implements inside this thing as well.
A lot of little implements, stuff like springs, anything that could be almost easily formed into a hammer, anything that would be easily used for high precision, like calipers.
A lot of things you'd need some work to edit, but you could find stuff that could be used as those. Like there are just straight up golden bars in this thing.
Yeah, I'm not expecting it to be like, okay, and you just salvage a whole set of jeweler's tools out of it.
No, yeah.
I expect that, and basically anything that needs, to Dravince's eyes, anything that with a slight modification could become a high quality set of tools.
Yeah, you find enough things in there. Like, you basically take one of the sections of one of its legs after getting the porcelain armor off of it. Which, by the way, while it looks like porcelain, it's really sturdier than porcelain.
Oh.
Like, you actually have to use your newly enchanted sword to be able to break, or not even really break, but to cut sections of it off.
Good job, like.
And
Still, yoink.
and yeah, probably also like take some pieces of spider armor and some small like general gears, because I can imagine if this is gold but still durable, metallurgists would definitely want it.
I would.
I will
sorry.
say, by the way, since you are very familiar with gold being a jeweler, this has the feel of gold, but it definitely feels lighter. And it is considerably more sturdy, so you can assume this is probably an alloy of some sort.
It's gold steel.
Could I potentially just grab a couple of the small gears, maybe one, like a set to fit Keta's horns?
Sure.
She wants to be a literal gearhead.
There are a lot of little gears on the inside of this thing. Like, you're looking inside this creature, and it looks more like you're looking at the internals of a clock than a creature.
Slight mental panic of, oh, what is this? What is this?
As you start putting pieces of it on your head to see if they fit on your horns.
Yep.
Can Dravince, since he at least has some knowings, help her out a little?
Yeah, you can. That's not hard. I was just going to make that be a roll, because you guys have free range of this thing's internal components.
Yeah.
Just
so
like
yeah. What were you going to ask, Felzy?
When you were just first describing it, you said it had a pulley system?
Yeah, but
would that be like cable? Would that be like cabling is inside?
There's cables running down each of the legs to make them like tense up or relax. But the actual central part that was basically the spool of the cable got melted together when Brimstone shot it.
Would that cable also be gold, or is that like steel cabling?
It appears to be made of the same material.
So you got some gold steel cables here.
You do not have any of the cable, though. You only have what's running down the legs because the central spool got melted. It's basically just a block of slag right now.
Yeah. It was just one central. That's probably like on the top back of it.
If you want to, though, you can make an investigation check for something. To notice something.
Okay, I'll make the investigation check. I was just thinking, like, well, that's enough to make necklaces out of, at least.
Yeah, that would be enough to make necklaces out of. Just what's in the legs.
Yeah.
That's still about a 6-foot section of cable, so...
Ooh, that's not one.
I did say you had the free range of this, so it would be at advantage.
Okay, so 13.
You are looking around, because you do get about a 6-foot bundle of those cables from each leg, so you do get a sizable amount of that.
Wow.
Well, it's running down the entire leg.
Yeah, and this thing is a pretty big creature, so yeah, it makes sense.
So each of the legs has a... What?
It's just a pondering question of why did it take us?
You're not sure. But you start looking around the inside of this creature, towards the back of it, where Lee had ripped off that piece of armor. You do notice that it does seem to have a spinneret.
Mm.
And you do actually notice that there is a glass container that has a golden liquid inside of it.
Ooh,
Interesting.
Did I see it?
Yeah. You basically all see it as Felzy starts pulling it out, I imagine.
Brimstone will be doing something else. At the exact other end of the spider.
Why are you looking at its face?
Because it has eyes, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
And it's a robot.
Yes.
ooh, I found lenses.
Yeah.
That is going to be a very delicate operation to get those out, but okay.
That's fine. I can have Tiny Dancer try to help me out here.
All right.
So a jar of gold liquid.
Yeah, you find it's basically I'd say probably about mason jar size container of gold liquid. There are actually a few of those in the back of this thing's body, but that's the only one that still has fluid inside of it. And sort of when
This
you
was attached to the spinneret, so I guess this makes gold threads.
Yeah, you do actually notice when you pull it out of this thing's body, you sort of take it out of a plug that it was in, and the little section that it was plugged into does have like a thin golden thread connecting it before it sort of snaps off, and you just have the jar.
Maybe could make some use of that.
I'll hand the big jar to Da Vinci. If you can pry out that spinneret, you might be able to have a loom.
As she's actually saying that, Da Vinci, a lot of the things you've been pulling out have been coming from this spinneret. Because it does actually have a lot of small implements that seem to be used to braid this cable as it comes out to make it into a cord that it shoots out at things. The same cord that is currently wrapped around Kieta and Lee's tent.
Huh. Oh. Who knows? Maybe you could use that for expedited jewelry making. If you ever decided to get back into that business.
I might. This would certainly be something I could use to maybe get an edge to my brother.
Maybe.
Ask question. How big is each individual eye on this thing?
They're actually really small, about an inch in diameter. Like, it has 4 small eyes, and then 4 of its eyes are slightly larger. Maybe about 1.5 inches, 2 inches at most.
Okay.
I'll get to that in a second.
I'm gonna need a couple of these lenses. Somebody help me out here.
Fails your help.
Okay.
Alright. I'm assuming you have a dagger on you.
Fails your
I
help.
don't. Yeah, I don't. That's the one thing I don't have that everybody else does.
So yeah. You can start using that dagger to try to pry out some of these lenses. If you want to go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
Alright. Fails, he would be assisting.
Alright, so just make the check.
Okay.
Alrighty then. So yeah, you managed to pry out. Just going through, you at one point do have to make Lee basically lift up this armor section as well to get it away, so you can get to the back side of it.
Yeah.
And you do manage to pry out 2 of those larger lenses. Though some of them do actually still break as you're prying them out.
Okay, so I have 2 of the larger ones, and
You have 2 of the larger ones and 1 of the smaller ones.
okay. That's exactly what I needed, actually.
Huzzah!
Convenient.
Yeah, because the 2 large ones are good for a scope, and the small one would be good for Da Vinci's jeweler's kit with a small magnifying glass to help him appraise things. Alright, I got what I need, and I got a small one. Da Vinci, I don't know if those are good for jeweler people.
I think it depends on the quality of the lens and how well might amplify view, but might be able to make something with that.
I don't know. I don't need it though. Let me tell you.
Okay, a pair of small lenses.
Was it a pair or just the one?
Just the one,
Oh,
because he kept the two larger ones for his scope, which he still doesn't know how to build.
No, I don't.
Hmm.
But I have a basic idea. I just need somebody smarter.
so I guess we're done salvaging this thing?
I mean, yeah. Other than just taking the pieces of porcelain that you were ripping off to get stuff. That's
Yeah,
all
I
really
already
need.
took some of that.
Can everyone make a perception check?
Perceptioning.
Perception.
We'll get to the go. We'll get to that.
I
in a
was gonna say,
second.
would mine be with disadvantage because I'm focusing on something else?
No, you would not make one.
Just asking. That's why I wanted to. ask.
13.
Yeah. So, Venture with a 19, Brimstone with a 9, Morrigan with 13. I don't know if Thouser would be helping Keta, so if he makes the check or not.
I don't know. Depends if
Yeah,
the
you wouldn't
DMs
really be
count
looking.
me. Okay.
Da Vinci,
Mm-hmm.
being very on edge, you hear something. Just a.
Immediately turn to the direction.
It is towards where you guys came in. The gap in the threads that you had opened up to get in here is gone.
Guys,
Yeah.
I don't think that was the only one.
Oh,
So what you're
wonderful.
telling me is that there's more lenses.
Well, the way we came is now sealed up. And it makes sense. There's a lot more thread out there than just one of these jars that would be able to make.
And as you say that, walking through the web as if it does not impede it at all,
Oh, that's cool. Oh, it's Junior. And Juniette. And Bill.
so walking through the web ahead of you, directly behind Morgan, and then falling from the ceiling are 3 more of these creatures, considerably
Oh.
smaller than the first.
Oh, fuck.
Looking up, is there sky or is it like we're in a Thunderdome?
You're in a Thunderdome.
Thunderdome.
Lovely.
Okay, if combat's about to happen again, can we take a quick
Yeah,
Go
bio
ahead,
break?
we're going on break.
Okay. Thank God. All right, we'll be.
I'm like,
I need. I've been drinking really good orange juice and it's running right through me, so I need to go to the washroom.
Go
drinking
to the
Powerade.
bathroom, but get back here timely.
Okay, 5 to
Are you
10
using the
people.
same initiative roll?
Standing up. I miss using my phone as my Discord app. I could just stand up and walk around.
It is nice about having Discord on your phone.
I'm absolutely terrified because it's like, oh, okay, more friends.
These friends are
More
smaller.
buddies.
It's just gonna soon develop a fear of spiders after this.
Ketta's just gonna develop a. She is just gonna have agoraphobia. Just the fear of the outside world.
Don't go outside. It's nasty. Everything wants to kill me.
In the
Crabs-
back of your mind, you just hear
Aren't
Redemption's
crabs
voice.
technically arachnids as well?
What?
Aren't crabs technically arachnids as well?
They're a similar type of creature, yeah.
They're 8-legged creatures, and so far Kid has been attacked by 8-legged creatures.
I mean, you also got attacked by a creature that you don't know how many legs it had,
Had many
other
eyes,
than
though.
many.
Yes, but that didn't single out Keta.
No,
So far, the crab and the spiders have.
We didn't single out Keta, it just grabbed her tent that also had Lee in it.
Yeah. It's just the poor girl's gonna have the fear of the outdoors, and it's just like everything wants to kill me. I've been outside, everything wants to kill me.
It's just in the back of your mind, you hear Redemption's voice just, I warned you!
I told you about those stairs, yo.
I just like how every time Keta is just paralyzed with fear, and Brimstone just like, God damn it.
The outside world is scary for a person who doesn't know what all this shit is.
Yes.
It's scary for a person who does know what it is.
Unless you're Brimstone and you're just tired of it all. Fucker.
His fear is dissuaded by his willingness to accept his own imminent demise.
Yeah, pretty much.
When Keta has seen spiders, it is assumed in her own house, but this.
I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion on it and make it think that we're not here.
Alright, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some water.
Yeah, I was waiting that whole time for the bathroom. It's just that everybody else kept talking over me.
Sorry.
Well, fuck.
It's like, well, shit.
Yeah, well.
Well, good thing Fauzi hasn't put that giant Kogoro back yet.
Keta's just gonna end up tossing one of her nuts at it. No! That's funny.
That reminds me, Brimstone still have that bottle of the flask of oil I gave him last session?
I forgot I had that, but yeah, I do.
Okay, just double checking out because I marked it off my thing. Huh.
3 times. 3 times with calling the old man.
I love how it's like as soon as we kill something, we'll just swarm it and tore
I
it
return with glorious hydration.
Yeah, well, also I realized Junie, I could have just said June.
Is everyone back?
I don't know.
In an armored.
I'm here.
I'm back.
apart. I'm still here.
Poopy scary spiders are crawling up your spine.
Yeah.
Crawling up your spine?
Yes,
That's unfortunate for your body.
yes.
Andy herself has a kind of a fear of spiders. This is not my favorite episode.
Well, at least Lee has a weapon now.
Wait.
Oh, we gave him the crowbar.
Nope.
No?
He's holding the back of one of this thing's. He's holding the back of this thing's armor plate.
He officially has a club.
I was kind of hoping he'd ripped off one of the legs.
No,
Well,
Lee uses. I'll say this: Lee uses a very specific type of weapons.
Oh no.
large lad weapon there.
Just say something in the server, but don't say anything about this.
He uses shield style.
Okay.
He fights with only shields.
Two
He
shields.
throws them.
He's one of those assholes from Dark Souls that just
Shield smash. Parry spammer.
He rolls at things.
I swear to God, if he starts doing Sonic the Hedgehog, he just barrel rolls straight into something.
Yeah, that reason.
That makes sense.
So yeah, as these new spiders start showing up. Oh, wait, is everyone back?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm back.
Evaner. We had an
Alright.
armor.
I'm here.
Oh.
It's a sad night for Armored. Yeah. As these new
Nice.
spiders start showing up, Lee looks around, picks up this large section of shell, like this armored shell, and takes some of that webbing that's still stuck to this thing's spinneret, just slaps it onto his arm and glues his arm to the inside of the shell.
Fuck yeah.
I love him.
Nice.
Alright, so I now have to mark that technically Lee has a shield, which helps his armor class a bit.
We're using the same initiative as last time.
No. Mostly because I cleared the turn order.
Fair enough.
New initiative.
Well, wait for me to make a turn order.
Oh,
I'm still there.
There we go. Well, it's only because I managed to pop it up quick enough.
Didn't roll shit. She got 13.
God damn it.
I think it'll automatically add to turn order whether it's up or not.
Well,
Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. That's why I usually like for you guys to wait till I make it.
Is the health bar only enabled on the one, or is it connected to all three?
It should be enabled on all of them.
I'm honestly one.
Maybe it wasn't.
I thought I'd let you know.
Well, it's because they're all technically copies of the same token, so I thought it would pop up on all three.
Eh.
Alright, did it show up on all of them now?
Yee.
yep.
Alright. So yes. He has strapped a thing to his arm, and I'm gonna roll for these things. Wow. Okay. So they have a grand total of 5 in initiative.
No, that's good.
Alright. And I need to make sure I'm doing the correct thing with Lee's weapon, so give me a moment to look up the statistics for this.
Alright. Just as for a point of clarification for things, would the time that was being taken to examine the big one count as a short rest, or are we just
you guys
going right
spent
in?
about 5 or so minutes doing that, so no, it would not be a short rest.
Okay.
Now, another question, since we took out the power core, that's technically now dead, so does Morrigan then regain her health back as she should with her curse?
It is technically still not dead because the power core is not destroyed, but I will go ahead and give that to you, yes.
Okay, so that means...
The moment when you've got to look through a whole supplementary rules book to find the one thing you need. Alright, there it is.
I can't math. I have to pull up the calculator on my phone. I'm sorry.
You're fine. Alright. So, go ahead and get that done. First thing Lee's gonna do, since it is his turn, he's gonna look around, see there's a bunch of spiders, see that one's in range, that one's in range. Technically, they're all in range, but he's gonna go for this one. And he's gonna run forward. And it's not on his sheet, so I'm gonna roll physical dice to see what he does. And he hits. Alright, so that's 3, 7, plus his strength, which is 4. So 11 damage as he just reels his arm back and just smashes this thing's shell onto this other spider's face.
Oh, wow.
He's going Captain America on this thing.
In a way, yes. Alright, that's Lee's turn.
Well, my turn now.
Yes, Travince.
Well, following his momentum from before, going to advance forward with a lovely twirl and ha!
That's a hit.
10
Nice.
slashing.
Gonna go for that offhand attack. Alright, that's gonna be a hit as well.
Bah.
Not much.
Still damage.
You're not wrong.
But yes, getting some good stabs, building up my momentum.
Yeah, you're starting to get that twirl in your step as you rush forward. Alright. Felzy,
Yes.
it's your turn.
We have. Get the DM off. Let's zoom out more. I think Morgan's got this one, so Fels is gonna shoot at this one over here.
Alright.
Where's my... Oh!
Oh no! Oh no, not
Alright.
again!
Let me roll severity.
Oh wow.
Pretty
You're
severe.
gonna pull out the
That's
double
just-
nat 1 dice.
The statistical odds on that are like 1 in 160,000.
Alright, so
Don't
high,
tell me the odds.
high or low?
High.
Oh, that's really unfortunate. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh no! Oh no!
Fuck.
And what type of damage is it?
Oh no.
It's,
Not that it matters, I just want to know.
poison or force?
Force damage.
Alright, so Lee, he's just felt good about just smashing this thing in the face. Just as he takes a blast of force right to the back of the head.
Oh.
It lets out a small shriek.
I didn't do it.
Ow!
Watch
I
out for the
realized
spiders. They're tricky.
I just realized that I actually have to see if Lee is down from that.
Oh no!
Because
Oh,
the
dear.
only thing I forgot to do about his character was roll health.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
I
I
don't.
swear, if
16's a lot of damage,
straight up
guys.
killed him.
It's not gonna kill him. At most, it would knock him out, but that's a lot of damage.
That's a concussion.
Yeah?
Yeah, but even if it doesn't outright kill him, that puts him in a position to be killed by other things.
Just to be whacked.
Yeah.
Help!
Sorry, inside joke from our At the Table Curse of Strahd game.
Perform the halfling technique!
I don't get it, but it sounds.
every time Mr. Boop, or the DM for that game says that, everybody just all of us will just slam their heads forward as if they're headbutting someone in the crotch.
For context, as I roll a character's health pool, the halfling technique is when three halflings specifically when three halfling bards are together in a party.
Oh
Someone
no.
someone goes up claiming that they're going to be the easiest thing in the world to destroy. So these halflings proceed to just rush forward, line themselves up horizontally with the target, and all run headfirst into their dick.
I wanna see that now.
That's a small area to hit.
Basically, like, one hits them in the crotch and the other two go from the sides inward.
Either
Oh,
get
cool.
him in the hips or get him in the knees.
Lee rolled a 7 and an 8 for his health pool. So pretty good. So base would be 10-ish. Bonuses. He's got bonuses. Alright, so that doesn't kill Lee.
At least there's
Or
the
not
head.
unconscious.
It does deal 16 damage to this lad,
Two.
who's feeling not very good after that. But his health is doing a weird thing.
Help Dan or anything?
Was it me?
For Pete's sake, Bar, not his hair, his health. There we go. It's still wrong. Stupid thing. Alright,
So how
so you
much?
blast Lee in the back of the head.
Would it be too metagamey to ask how much does he have left?
He's about half health.
Don't worry,
Ooh,
I'm getting
tough boy.
I'm getting over to him.
Lee actually does not have a super high constitution score. Remember, his highest stats are strength and charisma.
Him strong
else
and
kinda falls
him a people person.
He's...
Is it a bonus action to do that one?
Oh, but
That's an action.
I also need you to go ahead and roll me a d20 and then a d100, Failsley.
Oh, goody. 1d20. I can't see that.
Alright. So 15. And a d100.
Oh dear. 1d100.
$47. Alright, give me just 1 second. Oh, this is actually a positive. As you feel a
Okay.
surge of wild magic rush through your body, you feel just a little bit faster than normal. As for the next minute, your speed is increased by 10.
Nice.
Feels like get away from Keta.
Ah, good. A positive.
Here's the thing about wild magic tables, is that they're actually mostly positive.
Yeah, but that one beard
positive
one
or
is
neutral?
weird.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
positive or neutral.
Alright, so
I like
that
the
your
turn
turn?
though. It's
Mhm.
hilarious.
so you do have your charge of Dominate Fate back.
You can get all the way over there.
Bye.
Goodbye, Ket. I do not wish to face your tiny wrath. Wrong.
She did it.
Alright, so Keta, it's your turn.
Feeling the
I'm
stress.
not-
Feeling the stress build up in her body and seeing Lee take it. Failsy!
Yeah, when that happened, you just saw like a spray of blood from the back of Lee's head.
Does Failsy take an attack of opportunity from Keta?
That's up to Keta.
She's a little too focused on making sure Lee's not gonna die.
Which, by the way, Keta, you feel really weird right now.
Like how weird? Like weird in what way?
Like, you feel like your skin's crawling, is the best way to describe it. Like your nerves are so on end, your skin is crawling.
I'm gonna use my movement to get up over here. Hello.
Hello.
It disconnected me for some reason.
It did. Continue.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna use my movement to get up here, and feeling that kind of crawling feeling underneath my skin, not very much liking that crawling feeling. I'm going to kind of take.
I was about to make that joke.
God damn it!
Taking that emotion, Keta is going to strum a discordant melody on her guitar. I actually get to use this spell for once.
Yep.
Wait 1 second to actually click it. Kind of work, but
Ooh, that's a fun one.
I'm
It's kind of-
sorry.
Oh no.
listen to psychic.
You play your discordant melody, but the being seems unaffected, as it has no mind to be affected by psychic damage.
It's a not thinky robot.
Which doesn't help that feeling at all. I actually need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
This is not gonna go good, guys.
Oh,
Oh no.
God.
7.
Fuck.
Oh, if only you had advantage.
Ket
Look
says
out.
there is a feeling of fear overtaking you. Is that your turn?
Yeah, she kind of just starts curling in on herself.
Alright. Morogon.
Alright. I would assume Morgon can hear or see what's going on with Keta over there, but she can't really do anything about it.
I'd actually need you to make wait, what's your passive perception?
Passive is 12.
You'd be able to hear it, but due to the fact there's that large spider corpse strewn in the way, you really can't see what's going on.
And also the one in front.
Yeah, so yeah, can hear that, but need to take care of this one right here because that's the most immediate threat to at least her person.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming it's too close for ranged attacking.
Yeah, it's right up on you.
Yeah, so we're just gonna swing at it, and since we didn't get a short rest, I can't use it. I can't activate the curse again, so just normal blade attack.
Yep, so go ahead and swing at it.
Swing. That's a
That is
16.
going to hit.
All right. 13.
13 slashing damage. That's a mighty blow.
Okay, and am I allowed to do an offhand dagger attack?
You can. I assume you have one ready.
Yeah, I do. I don't think a 9's hitting.
It is not, unfortunately.
It's classed as a light weapon.
Yes. In her hands, Moonlit Aria is a light weapon.
Okay, gotcha.
In anyone else's hands, it feels as heavy as iron weight.
Ah, nice. Gotcha. Okay.
Wouldn't say
Lovely
it's
to
as
that
wouldn't
Yeah,
say
I
it's
just
light
wasn't
as a
sure.
feather in Morrigon's hand, but it's definitely light enough to let her use a dagger as well.
It's not. It doesn't have the weight of a longsword. But
Yeah. But yeah, that will end Morrigon's turn because she's kind of like, I need to take care of this threat in front of me, and then I can go help Keta.
Alright, Brimstone.
here's my problem. We're spreading their damage. Back up 5.
And you get a free range of shooting whoever you want to.
I know. I'm sure that since I look that way, I see Keta fucking panicking.
Yeah, seemingly having a mental breakdown, but not an immediate danger.
Yeah, but she's a danger. So.
You see Lee in front of her fighting off this spider with a giant shell
Yeah, with a
piece of armor.
nasty and a nasty head wound.
Yeah, he's bleeding profusely down his back. You're not really sure what hit him.
Huh. Well, it seemed to work before. As much as Brimstone doesn't like calling on Dad, it's apparently needed. I'm gonna shoot the one over by Lee and Keta.
All right, go ahead and give us a roll. All right, yep, that hits. 13 piercing. Ooh, nice,
Ooh.
nice.
Yeah, the only thing is that that hurts a lot.
That hurts you quite a bit.
Yeah, that hurts it even more.
Oh, that's exactly lethal. Nice. Yeah, everyone just sees like this. It's before where it was mostly just a bullet that then turned into flame as it hit something. This is literally just a rocket of flame that comes out of the end of his gun when he fires this time. As
This creature is just engulfed in fire.
just,
Sorry, oh, sorry.
just engulfed in green hellfire.
And bonus action. Damn it! I was hoping it was more than that.
Hey,
That's fine.
it helps.
Yeah, mostly many it's that.
The biggest danger to Brimstone is Brimstone.
Yeah, at this point. Okay, that's no. I'm gonna move further away from that
Right.
one. Okay, that's it.
All right. The Golden Thread Spinners. It is their turn. The one on you, Dravinche, is going to make an attack against you. What's your armor class? Never
armor
mind.
class.
It rolled a natural 20.
Yeah, I can't do anything about that.
I'm sorry.
Man, I'm just trying to think if I rolled a 20 on that for the fucking pistol. It just fucking explodes.
That's not good. You take 10 points of bludgeoning damage as this thing smashes its limb into the side of your body.
Of smacky, no fun him.
You don't get picked
I'm
up
at
by it,
5
however.
now.
I have a health potion.
You do? Alright.
I do.
And the one next to Morgan is also going to attack her.
My AC is 15.
I'm sorry, it rolled another natural 20.
Oh my god!
In addition to the dice that has 2 nat 1s, he also has a dice that has 2 nat 20s.
No, this is the dice with the 2 nat 1s.
Holy fuck.
He's
You,
using it
however,
even
only
double.
take 4 damage.
And they're hurt.
It rolled a 4
Oh.
for its damage die on Dravinche, but a 1 for its damage die on you.
Well, thank God for small miracles.
Sorry, crits on last. Double.
Basically, you had a crit with max damage and a crit with min damage.
That's what it sounds like, yeah.
Because they only deal a d4 plus 2 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, so you're just doubling what they
Yeah,
roll.
I'm doubling the damage die. I don't want to get more dice out.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Alright, that's their turn. Lee, not enjoying things. He doesn't know what just happened to him. He doesn't know what just happened in front of him. He's
He doesn't-
really confused right now.
What the fuck? Yeah, hit in the back of the head. Heard Keta start screaming, and then the thing in front of him just kind of erupts in flames.
My brain hurts. My heart hurts. My eyes hurt.
Oh.
Everything hurts.
He's actually going to turn around and try to console Keta for what he can.
Like, I don't want to be touched. I don't want to be touched. I don't want to be touched. I don't want to be touched.
He doesn't know that.
I mean, it's pretty obvious by your body language.
Just like-
Get to your fine. Get to your fine.
He's sort of like waving his hands in front of you ineffectively.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Just imagine it freaks her out more than somebody's yelling at her.
You're fine.
Frothing at the mouth slightly due to an orc.
Yeah, he's panicking, so he accidentally did it in Orcish instead.
It's quack.
I don't know what you're saying.
Okay, I need a
Oh
moment.
no, Felzy broke your brain.
Alright,
I mean,
so that's
that
Lee's turn. It's spent trying to console Keta. It's not really helping. He's trying, though.
He's a good boy.
Dravinche, it's your turn again.
Question: is a potion a action or
Using
a
a
bonus
potion
action?
on yourself is a bonus action.
Okay, so I'm gonna stab twice in potion.
You're gonna stab once in potion.
I can stab twice in potion.
Is that what momentum lets you do?
Nope.
Well, the second
Okay.
attack was a bonus action.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You have feet. I forgot that.
Yes, I have the one talent point.
stupid parent.
He's the one human in a party of tieflings. Let him have this.
No!
So,
Yeah, the only damage I've taken on this fight is my own.
All right, so a 14 is unfortunately going to miss,
alright.
and so is a 12.
Well, I can still drink the potion.
Take your sip. It's 2d4 plus 2.
And that's when the spider slaps it out of your hands. No!
Just slaps that health right back out of you.
Ooh, 2 off of max. That's not bad.
It's just Thunderdope, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You don't get no sip.
Oh, right. I forgot. Because I was smack. Okay.
Yeah, you maintain your momentum.
That's his version of concentration.
You just basically you get whacked and you just turn it into a pirouette as you start drinking a potion while trying to stab this thing.
So it's suddenly having a third hand in order to stab twice and drink at the same time.
I actually more imagine you just stuck the potion bottle in your mouth and then pulled your sword back out. All right.
Here, there, kicked it into the air and had it land and nozzle down into the mouth.
Whatever
That's
your
dangerous,
pleasure,
but
wasting time.
All right. Filzy, what you gonna do?
Somehow blow up everyone.
Probably.
Oh god. I hope not.
What was that again?
Most of us are fire resistant.
Most everyone in the range of this is fire resistant.
Yeah.
So Faz is going to use a bonus action to pull her sorcery points into a new spell slot because she's run out of spell slots.
Fair enough. You recollect your sorcery points to form new magic. And what are you going to do with said magic?
All the same.
All right. It's going to be another double nat 1.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
are
thank
you
God.
What were you aiming at with this one?
This one.
All right, so you managed to hit this one. Go ahead and roll damage.
14.
And
1 or
what is
6.
the damage type?
I think that's fire.
Or-
poison.
Yeah.
It's 6 or 7.
Acid or...
Oh yeah.
6, 7. So poison or psychic. Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, that's really not good.
It's got no head. It's got no brain, so...
It's also got no...
Nothing to poison.
Yeah, that's a really bad roll.
Well, that's how Chaos Bolt goes sometimes.
Shame I can't alter that one.
Yeah, unfortunately, Dominate Fate is specifically supposed to work on a d20 roll.
Yeah.
So,
I wonder if
yeah.
psychic damage works. That soul gem thing.
No.
No.
Soldier?
Is that poison? It is.
Soul
Gem.
Gem.
Yeah, I heard soldier too, and I was like, what?
Unfortunately, your attack hits it, but seems to do nothing.
Oh. Well, dear.
Shit. Yeah. No.
Shit. Why? What is... Am I having impotency issues today?
A little bit.
Hey, how am I doing?
I need you to roll another wisdom saving throw. All right. You're kind of keeping it together, but that feeling's getting worse.
Do I recognize my friends at least?
You know Lee's in front of you. He's the only person you really see right now since he's taking up your entire field of vision.
He's a big lad.
You just see, like, big orcish teeth in front of you.
He's big lad with a big sail.
Just like this shit has like a look of like, what the fuck are you saying?
So, what do you want to do? Because luckily you rolled high enough to take an action this turn.
I guess the go attack the big mean scary things.
So you run away from Lee to go stab that thing?
It's more so like, ah! She kind of like nods like, yes, you're saying something, and then
Yes, words, I hear them, goodbye! Alright.
and she's gonna do Word of Radiance.
Alright. Word of Radiance. Constitution saving throw. Unfortunately, it succeeds. I'm sorry.
I mean, it makes sense with the fact that Kenta can't even like take the weave and form it into a proper spell.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to form spells when you're under the effect of frightened.
But it's like frightened of everything.
Yeah, you're just scared. Scared in general. Alright.
Your turn.
That's your turn, yeah. Morrigan?
Seeing that Keta's back over and seems to be okay, she's just gonna do same old and try to smack that spider again with her sword.
Alright, give us a slash.
Seems.
That's a 17.
That is going to hit.
That's for 12.
12 slashing damage. Nice, nice.
And we'll go ahead and do that bonus action dagger, see if it does anything.
Try to stab.
Sieve. That's a 13, that ain't hitting.
Does not hit. Yeah, unfortunately. Dagger, not quite strong enough to punch through this thing's armor.
At least I'm trying.
Yep. Brimstone.
Curve around and try to shoot that one down there. Nope.
You miss.
That's
As
my
the-
turn.
Yeah, Keta, you just see a bullet whiz past your face.
Alright, that's it.
Alright.
That's all I can do.
We've got multiple assailants right now. Which will it attack? Evens are Keta, odds are Morrigan, but
It's gonna go after Morrigan.
But it rolled a nat 20, so it's gonna attack Kelsey.
And okay, here are the actual damage roll, or attack rolls rather. Da Vinci. I don't believe a 13's gonna hit you.
It misses.
Cool. Oh,
Dance.
there goes that die. I do, however, believe that a flat 20 is going to, like, not a natural 20, modified 20 is going to hit Motogun.
Yes, it will.
Alright. Rolling damage. That's going to be 5 damage from Motogun.
Oof.
Big oof. Alright, and that's these things' turn. Lee's going to be like... he's going to watch Kenta run away and be like,
Okay.
and she has a lot of people next to her and didn't seem too keen on him being next to her right now, so he's gonna run over to this one.
I'm sorry, she's terrified, and then there's a big man yelling at her.
She's terrified, and Lee. I mean, he ain't exactly,
Lee's a big boy.
He's a big boy, but he ain't exactly the brightest.
Yeah.
As
you're dancing and twirling in place, Da Vinci, you hear as a large man just runs past you and bashes a shield into this thing's face, hitting it and dealing not great damage. But he still hit it. Dealt 8 damage in total. Right, and that's Lee's turn. Da Vinci.
Okay. Can I dance to here and get advantage?
Yeah.
Then I shall dance. Dance and stab.
That stab hits.
For 12 or 11.
Yes. 11 damage. Ooh, and then a nat 20. For...
I don't think the momentum doubles, but so that would be 8 damage.
So 8 damage. So in total that would be 19. Oh, so close.
Stavey Steve.
It's still standing, though just barely.
Nice.
If only I had something else that could be bonus action for damage.
That was still a really good round, though, for you.
Yes. Alright. Felzy. Who are you
Seeing that
going
there's
to
a-
blow up this time?
Seeing that there's a angry Keta still in front of her, she's going to jump over this wall.
She's not angry, she's panicking.
That's a large wall, my friend, and also covered in webs on the outside.
Okay, well, can I slide past here, through here?
No, because that is a wall of webbing.
Oh.
That thing is currently half emerged from a wall of web.
We're in the Thunderdome. You should not leave Thunderdome.
I wanted to try and get behind it. Advantage.
You cannot get behind Thunderdome.
No, you are stuck in there.
Okay. Well, I can get to there without going past Keta. And I will smack it.
You're gonna
with
give it
my
a whack.
quarterstaff.
Give it a whack. Try to see if you can hit.
Whap.
You do actually hit it.
For
4
4
bludgeoning damage. Make a little dent in it. Like little crack forms in the porcelain. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
Is that a
This is unfortunate. Alright
turn?
You got cancer.
then. Keta, I need you to make another wisdom saving throw, but this time at disadvantage. As you are under fully...
Nope.
Oh, that's not good.
Y-
Keta, something feels wrong.
Like, what kind
Like-
of wrong?
That crawling in your skin is feeling like it's coming out of your skin
Oh,
as
Oof.
black smoke starts to emit from Keta.
oh, fuck no.
She's gonna start, like, coughing, like, it kind of, like...
Alright.
It's more so, like, the forcefully, like, I want it out. I don't think I can do anything this turn.
I need to see something real quick.
Oh.
Whoever's
Is that
next,
normal?
go ahead and plan your attack. I need to do something right quick.
It's Morgan who's watching Keta's become smoke.
Sorry, I just realized I need to get something ready for this, and I didn't get it ready because I'm lazy, and
Oh,
also
dude,
was
same.
doing a lot of stuff today.
Oh, dude.
You need the thing? I think I can send the thing.
I have it. I just have to make a thing real quick.
Gotta draft it up real quick. But
It's not an offer. But
I thought I had the thing.
Well, I pretty well have my turn planned out, so whenever you're ready for me to go, I can do my stuff.
Yes, I'm sorry. Actually, in fact, I will just say, Keta, for this turn, you are stunned.
Ooh.
yeah, I'd imagine it's the fact that she's just kind of now trying to force the smoke out of her.
Yeah. Everyone else just sees as Keta starts just... her skin just starts pouring out black smoke.
Oh
Huh.
no.
The thing!
The thing! Do the thing.
I was just trying to remember if Keta got bitten at all. Is that a spider thing?
No!
Next turn,
Mulligan.
I'm not on the screen to move the turn order, so just
Yeah,
go ahead.
Mulligan.
Okay. She sees what's going on with Keta and it's like, fuck, I'll address that in a second. And she's going to try to finish off the spider as fast as possible. So, Moonlit Aria. That's a 19.
That will hit. Go ahead and roll your damage.
That's a 9.
Alright, that's some pretty good damage right there. Believe the creature would still be standing, though.
And instead of going for her dagger this turn, she's going to chug her. Because I believe everybody had at least one health potion, correct?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, she's
I'm not
going...
fancy now.
She's going to go ahead and take her health potion.
Alright.
Roll, dang it. 5.
Better than nothing.
Yeah, 5's better than nothing. It's still health gained back.
Yeah. Alright. So the total damage you dealt was 9. So yeah, this thing is just barely holding on.
Okay, so at least I did some damage to it.
Me and the big boy got this one.
Yeah. This is dumb, but I'll do it. I'm gonna run up on this thing and I'm gonna try to slash it. 23, that hits.
That does hit.
Or 6 slashing.
Alright. Yeah, you're able to put that one down before it can do anything else. But you do still see whatever is happening to Keta is happening.
I'm guessing this is unlike anything I've ever seen before.
Nothing you've ever seen happen to Keta, at least.
That wording concerns me.
Well,
But
Let's see.
I will let that rest as I don't have anything else I can do with my last weapon. So
For
it's
the
not-
co-
No spider's turn.
all right.
Oh.
The one spider still standing is going to. Which one of you does it want to attack?
The big beefy half orc or the tiny human
He's not a
Okay.
half orc.
or full orc? Yeah. I'm used to half orcs. That's why.
The big beefy orc or the tiny human who's been stabbing him?
He's gonna stab the tiny human because the tiny human has been stabbing him. The orc really hasn't done a whole lot. That is going to hit you. It's a 19
is the
plus
number?
amount. It's a 19 plus like 4, so 23 total.
Okay.
All right, so that is going to be 6 damage.
I can take it.
Yep. All right, and that is all it can do on its turn. All right, Lee boy, let's see if you can bash this thing to death.
Got it.
Right. That's a hit. I don't even really
Aw.
need to roll damage, but I mean his priorities are different than yours. I'm sorry.
I know, but I just wanted to get the kill.
Well, we can flavor it that he essentially smashes it into you, and you run your sword through it.
Don't have to. Have him
It's-
take the kill.
It's already been said. It was dead when you stabbed it, but you still stabbed it. All right.
The spooters are dead.
All right.
But the
But-
drama has not stopped.
Yes. The battle seems to have stopped, but Keta.
Mm.
You are experiencing a rather strange sensation.
Oh,
The odd sensation of melting is the best way to describe it.
Oh shit.
okay.
As Keta explodes.
What?
Oh,
I mean, does
What?
Failsy take notes or does Failsy, get knocked on her ass?
Sorry,
What?
someone walked in right as I said that.
Okay, so what happens to people in the immediate vicinity?
You all see Keta essentially looking at her hands as this black smoke is coming out of them, and then
Start to inflate, and then she pops like a balloon.
pulls back into herself as just this weird entity being held together by threads of purplish pink light made entirely of black smoke just takes the place of where Keta just was.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Brimstone, you just saw Keta explode. And then turn into this.
Just quick cross reference. That's not something Dad's done.
No,
That Brimstone knows about.
you don't know if you're talking about your dad. No, you don't think so. Talking about Keta's dad, you don't think so.
No, yeah, no. Brimstone doesn't care if Redemption did it. He cares about if his dad did it.
No, you don't. You don't remember him ever doing something like that or doing it to a person. I mean, sure, he's blown a person up before, but they haven't turned back into a smoke person.
Gonna show the full art.
Oh, no, because the full art's silly, but that's what I pulled from it. But we can share it on the server.
I'll share it on the server.
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna share it on the game because it was a silly picture that was used for that.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And she talks?
So, does
You
this happen often to Keta?
You don't know. Keta, are you wanting to know if you can talk?
Aketa's gonna try to open up her mouth to see if she can, like, form words.
You open your mouth and the first thing that comes out is just a scream, and you didn't even intend to make it.
Oh,
Brimstone, is this normal for her?
no.
Open her mouth again.
Eventually, you start to figure out how to make words again.
I have this funny picture
But
in my
they
head
aren't
of
coming out in common.
Oh, do I have a massive headache because she keeps talking?
They're coming out in Celestial.
So yes.
I find the mental image funny of just Lee and Dravinci going, "Yeah, we killed it. How are you guys doing over there? What is that?"
It's like it's more along the lines of, "Yeah, we killed it."
Well, yeah. Keta looking weird, and Brimstone just looking like he's suffering the worst migraine.
Aketa's just gonna try to walk. Like, can she walk?
Yeah, it feels weird, but you have this is a body.
This is a thing.
The ground seems to be rotting around your feet.
I
Gonna
have.
her feet away. Like, oh god, ew.
Brimstone, I have an idea.
So yeah. By the way, everyone's level 3 now.
Ding.
Yeah, I figured that's what it was.
Oh, perfect! That fits in perfect with my idea I had.
Just gonna feel around her, like, back to see if she has her stuff on her.
No, that all seemed to have pulled into you when your body got absorbed into this form.
Fels is crouching. Sorry.
I was gonna say, do I have anything, like, do I have horns, actually?
Yeah, you reach up and touch your head, and you have horns growing out of your head.
Eh? Do I have anything on my back?
You reach down, you feel on your back, nothing feels particularly strange other than that you're squishy right now. Like, not squishy like skin, but squishy like amorphous.
Not people squishy, like blood
Like
squishy.
really hard jelly squishy.
Yeah.
And then you reach down and you have a tail.
I just picture this whole time she's just like talking to herself in Celestial, and just Brimstone is just like, stop talking.
Fels can understand.
She's like,
Yeah,
"What the
Filzy,
fuck?"
you actually understand this language.
Brimstone just knows it's Celestial because it gives him a headache.
Just a lot of what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck.
But to everyone else, it sounds like you're singing.
Yes, singing a song of misery.
Well, for the uninitiated, Celestial itself is a language that sounds like a song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's-
it's because what Brimstone is.
Fels responds in Celestial, though it's a little too informal. It's like, Keta, you okay in there?
I don't know what's going on.
Neither do I. It's fascinating.
Do I look weird?
Yes.
Wait a second, can you actually understand what she's singing?
Can't you?
I understand it hurts.
Sorry.
I can see that you're hurting by what she's saying. I don't understand why that is, but you, with the greenhorns.
Celestial.
Ah.
Yes.
Wait, you can understand Celestial, and that's what she's saying.
Yes.
What the actual fuck?
Brimstone, I think we should probably tell them.
Brimstone,
can't
what's he talking
understand
about?
Did,
Do you know
Felzy.
anything about this or not?
Failsy, if you can understand her, maybe you should translate.
She's saying that Brimstone should tell them the truth about something.
I'm gonna roll something.
she wrote it, and Kenta kind of gives him a look and like motions to herself, like, "Act out of the bag now."
I'm gonna roll something. It's gonna be a disadvantage because he's a massive fucking headache. It's gonna take me a little bit. Well, oh, right. That. Yeah. So
Kenta, can you make me another wisdom saving throw?
All right, cool.
Question. What is that?
let's catch it. Shut up. Let me talk. Let me think.
All right.
I don't know what's going on, but
Shut up.
apparently.
Let me think.
Alright.
So, Kata's dad, like me, Tiefling, like most of us. Kata's mom, the exact opposite. Word a dot the.
That's Mar.
Oddly enough, you guys do understand that word. That's not translated. That's the same word.
Yeah. That,
Wait, what?
Yeah. So apparently, when they get together, this happens. I've never seen.
They
before.
make exploding babies. Awesome.
Apparently.
What?
Just smiles at Lee and waves.
He pokes your belly.
Keta, not if you can still understand me.
Now it's
Okay, well at least you can still understand common.
no, I'm speaking Celestial.
Well, at least you can understand us so you can nod yes or no to things.
Felzy translates as best she can.
Yes, with Failsy here to translate and you just being able to answer yes or no questions, I think we can communicate at least right now. Do you feel alright?
I mean, God. God, I assume she feels okay.
You feel a lot better than you did when you felt like you were about to explode, but you have literally exploded now. That's unsettling.
Besides
Subjectively, she feels fine.
besides the explosion, yeah.
You feel a little bit better.
Relatively, she feels fine.
Alright. I have an idea, but I need to go sit for a little bit to see if perhaps maybe I can get some answers.
And I could just pray.
That's what I'm going to be doing as well. I'm assuming that Failsy translated.
Yeah.
I mean, I could probably pray to my granddad, but no.
Apparently everyone wants to do a whole lot of praying.
So I kind of want to run around.
Okay.
Oh, this is weird.
Kind of looks at Lee and
Telling me.
she'll tilt her head at him.
He seems confused.
Oh, puppy is
She'll hug him.
confused.
You know, I kind of felt like I was the odd one out.
Yeah, this is weird. Travenche, will you come over here with me and you play bodyguard for a bit?
Certainly.
Oh, that's the perfect thing that could have happened right now.
What?
Lee actually, hugs you in return. And because he rolled a natural 20 on this. Kieta actually re-solidifies.
Taketa?
Yes, Kieta re-solidifies back into being Kieta. It's like literally you're being held by Lee, and it's just like this smoky substance recedes backwards into your skin and your body reforms.
Ooh, does Lee have a special property about him? Velzy's examining his muscles.
I don't know what happened. I'm not opening my eyes. It hurts.
Okay.
Okay.
He's just patting your back.
So tight squeeze.
And then he finally opens your eyes and just like,
Oh, you changed back.
that's good. He just pats you on the head.
I'm still wanting to do my thing.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
What do you want to do? Remind.
Because of level 3 and the particular pact, I figured this would be a good in-character way to get into that.
Yes. Go ahead and do that.
She's going to sit down with her sword basically on her lap. One hand on the hilt, another hand resting on the blade. Close her eyes and just concentrate on the moonlit aria.
Alright. And you're wanting to do that while you guys are still in this Thunderdome, as it was called? Or you guys want to leave first?
But like kind of, could we go back to the camp? I kind of feel very tired. I exploded.
Just give her a minute first.
Yeah, considering the area we're in right now, that it's a graveyard, that might actually be the best for me to do this here.
That's
Well,
fucking morbid.
I'll tell you about it later. Right now, just if y'all could keep an eye out on things, that'd be very helpful.
As you
In the
start to focus-
meantime, if you want to go and, I don't know, collect more of that core thing from the other spiders, could do that.
While Morrigan focuses, I'd like everyone else to mute themselves.
Oh, I forgot I was on my computer for a second.
Alright. Morrigan.
Mm-hmm.
As you focus on the blade that you have carried with you for, I believe, years now.
At least 5.
Yep. It's always been a source of comfort in some strange way.
Mm-hmm.
Either it's always defended you, it's always been a very trusted sword, or in a more literal sense, where it has actually been a shoulder for you to cry on, due to the strange being that lives within its blade.
Mm-hmm.
It's very rare that you feel the aria mournful. You open your eyes and you're in that same moonlit pool, and
Okay.
all you can hear around you is sobbing.
The only thing she can think to do upon hearing that while coming into this is just to say, "Are you alright?"
It's almost a chorus that you hear in response. Many different voices, all of them you'd previously heard in tears, just call out, "No, no, we're not. Save us. We can't be here anymore. Our loved ones are gone. No one watches our graves."
There's so many voices.
And then slowly it begins to quiet in this place, as you see those familiar ripples on the surface of the water.
Are you there?
There's just no vocal response. But you do feel a hand on your shoulder. A familiar, gentle hand.
So you are.
So many voices.
Perhaps contacting you here was a mistake.
And just, again, you hear this being's voice followed by this chorus, just so many, so many. Lay to rest. You feel a strange sensation.
Mm-hmm.
Usually when you come to this place, you do not have the blade with you. For as far as you're aware, you're within the blade when you're in this place.
Right?
But the moonlit aria, though devoid of its light in this place, is currently resting on your lap as you still kneel in the same position you had been in when you started your meditation.
Right.
Lay them to rest. Within.
How do I do that?
Do you trust me?
I do. I have a question first, though.
The being seems to wait.
One of my new companions, Keta. Something has happened with her. I don't know if you can reach into my mind to see what has happened, but I can explain if I need to.
I see what you see.
Then you've seen what's happened.
Yes.
Do you have any insight as to what that is?
There's a long pause. And then you actually feel your head almost forcefully pushed downwards to look at the water surface. It's just up reflected in it. You just see being similar to what you just saw Kieta become.
Mm-hmm.
You see 5 of them in total. And there's a battle. And you see them fighting alongside other... You would know them to be Asmar.
Right.
And and there are many races present here. But those beings stand out for obvious reasons.
She's just watching and observing.
And it flashes forwards. You see after that battle, one of those beings, you can tell it's the same person. The face is similar enough. The form of the body the same, though now it is not cloaked in shadow. It appears to be human, actually. Almost. They're standing beside an Azamar woman and a tiefling father. They almost look like their parents.
Union of magic never meant you. Made possible. A strange thing.
And the images in the water surface before you fade away.
If I may ask another question.
Being listens.
Am I allowed to protect her?
That is up to you.
Then I know what I'm doing when it comes to her. That girl, if I can help it, will not come to harm.
You feel the hands leave your shoulders. But the voice you've grown so familiar with, still right next to your ear as it always seems to be. Trust me.
I do.
You feel the blade taken from your hands.
She doesn't fight it.
And then a sudden, sharp pain before you wake up again in the real world. The Moonlit Aria no longer in your hands. Everyone else can unmute themselves. As Dravince, you just saw Morrigan stab herself with the Moonlit Aria, and then it form into her body.
Ah! Are you okay?
I think so.
What just happened?
I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah. Certainly gave me a scare. You ran yourself through.
It did say to trust it.
What? Can't becoming that thing? You're stabbing yourself. What is going on here?
I'm with Tiny Dancer. I don't know what's going on. Oh my god.
You guys were preoccupied with Ketty. You didn't see what just happened over there.
No, I didn't. Brimstone's eyes have been closed this whole time since suffering from a migraine right now because of all the celestial.
Fair Do you actually feel where that wound would be?
Yeah, she's feeling on herself to see if she can feel where the pain was.
there's a small crystal embedded in your abdomen where you could run yourself through.
All right.
And oddly enough, you don't feel like you've lost the Aria.
Dravinche, stand back. I'm gonna try something.
All right.
And she'll touch the crystal and just concentrate on the aria for a moment.
You feel it suddenly form in your hand. Almost like it grew from your palm.
Huh. I guess this is part of what they meant by trust them.
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I no idea what's going on here.
I should have asked if I was at liberty to explain. I'm not exactly normal, Dravinche, but I'm sure you've noticed that.
He just kind of looks back to the group and then back to Morgan. Quite frankly, I don't think any of us are.
That we aren't, but I think I might have gotten a small bit of insight during all of that. Little bit of convictions cemented.
Which, I will put this in perspective for the outside eye. She basically knelt down, started focusing, and Dravinche, pretty much as soon as you started watching her, she stabbed herself.
Okay, so that whole bit was basically in an instant.
Yep.
From the outside perspective.
Yep. From the outside perspective, that just happened. That's why no one else was given time to notice it happening.
Yeah, Crimson was just reacting based on what he heard from each other. I'm saying Nancy, no? It's different.
I think maybe right now what Kat had suggested before I sat down, we just leaving here is the best idea. This place is overwhelming right now.
Yeah, let's...
I need to talk with my granddad. She's got her tent made.
Let's get out of this place of death.
They grabbed their tent and everything.
Yeah, Lee's already collected it. He has the gear because no one else wants to carry it.
She was gonna carry the tent.
I said he has the gear. Like the
I thought it was a carrot.
And what about the smaller spiders? During the bit of downtime, does Failsy try to extract from them too?
If Elsie can, but everyone wants to leave now.
That doesn't feel
Meow.
right here.
I will say, for the sake of brevity, they do not have cores in them. They are just mechanic.
Yeah, good. So that means we can come back to Margaret's room later.
Okay.
Guys,
Hmm?
you just saw. That's a secret.
Understood.
There's people who.
Andy, you
Honestly,
cut out.
Cheddar,
You cut out there, Andy, when you were saying there's people who, and then I heard nothing.
Want me dead.
Yeah.
Ah.
It cut out for you.
Yeah. Well, stream's on my end.
It cut out for me too.
Oh, well, it was just you too.
Sorry, I should have.
Either way, we got the we got the message.
Honestly, Keta, even if it wasn't a secret, I don't think I could explain that.
Yeah.
I don't think
Don't
I could
worry.
either.
And we'll try to make sure that he stays safe.
Sorry it happened. Could have hurt you guys, but.
I mean, I don't think you hurt me.
Didn't
Something
hurt
if you
me.
No, that was Fails who hit you in the head.
Was not. Throws it up bloody. Minor magical misfire.
Happens
just
to the
gonna
best of
he looks
us.
pointedly he just looks pointedly at you, just and leans towards you, just.
Ow.
Let's get
I
back.
don't know what just happened, but I appreciate the pettiness.
Kenta will start
Mind you,
walking out.
Brimstone's eyes are still clamped shut.
Son, I'm fine. Come on. You can't walk with your eyes closed forever. She's talking in common.
No, I mean it still hurts because of that and also the brand. Because now that out of combat, it's starting to catch up to him now.
Let's go back to base. I'll make coffee.
Yes, let's.
Sounds good right now.
Yeah.
Let's.
Could someone just make sure they're walking with me?
Good man, you do it.
Lee just picks you up.
Yeah.
Okay, that was just it. Also, I'm sorry about running away from you. I was very scared earlier, and you were yelling in my face.
He just gives you a look of just like, don't worry, I know how it feels.
After his language switch got accidentally hit.
I'm suffering from a minor concussion, is all.
She'll kiss his forehead and cast Cure Wounds on him just to heal up whatever that was.
You can't heal it all up, but
Like the blood and everything, yeah.
yeah, I get it. It's appreciated.
Yeah. It's more so taking away the throbbingness instead of the...
Take the sting out of it.
Yeah. Alright. So,
as they're walking back, Kenta will start praying to Brainum. Hey, stop the napping.
Yeah, so as Brimstone finally started opening his eyes, how fucked up is my arm?
you're looking in the range of you need to get that looked at soon or your arm might start trying to fall off. Is that brand is in your skin right now?
Son of a bitch.
You did a
Need a
lot of
hand there.
damage with that fire.
You need a hand there?
That hand ain't medical, no.
Lucky it is. Buttons go.
As your resident not a cleric helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, from your experience, you know the brand will slowly recede out of your skin, but right now it hurts like heck.
Oh yeah. Just...
Great, now I have a headache. And that fucking... Thanks, Dad.
You're welcome, son. You just hear in
Felzy
the back
does
of your head.
some.
Yeah.
Felzy does some small amount of healing.
Okay.
Cure wounds.
Yeah, I'm one off from full, so it's probably looking a bit better now.
Yeah, it's coming back out of your arm.
Yeah, because I figured the second wound isn't so much, oh, the wound is magically healed, so much as I can ignore this for now.
It's more along the lines of
Flex out the pain.
Yeah, just, okay, I can ignore this for now. Okay.
But do you pray to an Asmar?
yeah, you can pray to an Asmar.
He's gonna pray to Bob.
We will go over what happens with that next session.
Yeah,
But to end this session off, 1, everyone is level 3 now,
Woo!
and 2, Lee gets back slightly ahead of everyone else, and by the time everyone else gets back, he has set Keta down, and he's also somehow cooking an entire meal.
Food.
Like,
How'd you do that?
he's got bacon and eggs, and there's like coffee that he's put into part of a shell that he found elsewhere. And Keta, you saw him start cooking, and he just seemed to start pulling ingredients out of the air?
Pushing the magic.
Like, you didn't really see what happened because he basically put the tent back up, put you inside it, and you looked back out and suddenly he was cooking. You don't know where he got it from, so you're assuming he just pulled it out of thin air.
Do we have a magic chef orc?
Nah, not magic. Just good at my job.
Either way you explain it, that is an
Cooking
amazing
is fucking
talent.
magic, let's be honest.
Lee, you have a talent. Lee, you have a talent, and that's a good talent to have.
Where did you get the bacon from?
Well,
It's like a weird pig that walked up. I took bacon off of it.
She kind of gives him a
Okay,
look like,
good.
no, you didn't.
You didn't see
here, I
what
was
happened,
thinking it
Keta.
was
You
made
can't
out of
disprove it.
squirrel.
I just like to think that there's the it's just like two wires suddenly connected. Hold on, I gotta go through something. Because third level, I'm now a gunslinger.
Yes. You are
I
now
know-
finally
I
a
know-
gunslinger.
Yeah, I now know how to make guns. I just don't have the material. Well, I might have the materials. I don't have the resources or tools, rather.
Yeah, you're a little bit short.
Yeah, I can probably
Should we
base
roll
modify
health?
the one I have.
Yeah, let's go ahead and roll health just to have it on stream so everyone sees it.
Okay. I'm gonna put my character at level 3 before I roll health, okay?
Okay. Don't
That
forget
is
that-
that is average for Keta.
Nice, nice. Don't forget, I'm nice. If you roll below average, you can take average.
Can someone remind me what the average is for Warlock?
5.
Thank you.
5 plus con.
I'll take my roll!
God damn it.
Yeah,
Keta's up to
Here.
22 health.
you got more than I did.
So how do you roll health? You just hit the current hit points button.
You just
Yeah,
hit
no,
hit
the
die.
hit dice.
Hit dice. Oh, there it is. Boop. 7.
Yep. So you got more than your average, so that's the number you take.
I'm the only one who rolled low.
Yeah, you still get to take average though.
I know. Which is still 6.
Lee rolled pretty good for his health. Actually, no, never mind. He doesn't level up again. You guys just caught up with his level.
Nice.
That makes sense.
I did literally almost everything for mine. I just have to take the health, I think.
I need to make yet another resource thing.
Alrighty then. So,
You do.
you guys get to leave off, having woken up with a rather nasty surprise in the morning. You'll be facing the next day with at least a full belly. And actually, let's see. What flavor is Lee going to impart upon this meal?
Explosions.
Oh, I think I know what class he is, but I'm not saying shit.
I have a good idea. I just thought he was a funny barbarian, but now this is happening. I think I know what's up.
He's going to impart.
Since it's bacon and eggs, you can either do salty or savory. he's gonna do salty. So it's a little saltier than you might have expected, but that's mostly because he also has made you sides of nuts to go along with all this to give you some extra protein for the day, which for the next day gives you a +1 to all ability checks.
I need it.
Woo.
Nice. If only I have the things.
All right then. But it's a nice meal. Alrighty then. Well, that's the end of the session, everyone. We'll see what they get up to next time and where they want to go next.
Yay.
So, shillers, commence the shilling!
I don't have anything. We're going on a bit of a hiatus.
Gotcha!
Alright, I have no idea what's going on with Forrest. Things are kind of wibbly wobbly right now. I won't say timey-wimey because it's still going to be the same time slot. It's just, I don't know what day of the week we're going for. As soon as I know, there will obviously be a Twitch stream, and I will tweet out about it, and it will be link bombed all over the Discords that I'm allowed to link bomb in. So, other than that with Forrest, there's Neoterra, which Ash can take care of in a second. But, other than that, we'll be back here, same time, same day next week to continue on with, Scattered Realms.
Alright, I'm back. What happened?
I was saying I don't know what's going on with Foray in the Forest because we still have to figure that out, and I don't know what's going on with Neoterra exactly other than I am player on that, and I was going to leave shilling of that up to you. So if anybody else wants to go first, or if you want to go ahead and take care of that.
I'm so really bad with it though. I mean, does anybody else have anything they want to show first?
I don't have anything.
Not really.
Well, Myth and I do have D&D with Aria this Saturday, I believe.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Alright. I'm assuming the shilling got done.
Yeah.
Danny, did you tell them that we're starting the Tuesdays alternation?
I don't know what's going on with that because I was kind of brain foggy when all that was being discussed, so if you could take care of that, that would be wonderful.
Alrighty then. So as it currently stands, Night Hunter 66's game of Foray in the Forest is going on another unfortunate hiatus. We're having to figure out some scheduling stuff. Because Night Hunter needs a break. That boy works a lot.
He does. It's entirely too much.
Ah, so that's what's going on.
Yes, that boy works. He needs a break, so we're going to have to figure something out for that. It may or may not continue to be streamed. We're not sure. We'll figure that out. So, for the time being, we're going to be continuing Neoterra, but it will still only be every other week. So, next week we will not have a game. It's still up in the air whether or not we're going to be filling anything else into that time slot. But until such a thing is decided, next week we will not have a game. It will be the week after we will pick up with Neoterra yet again on Night Hunter 66's channel, starring me as the yet again DM, Danny as a player, Night Hunter 66 as a player, Jack Dittman, and as well as CJ. Kind of new to our group, but so far so good, filling in a rather fun character.
And a good cleric.
Yes, a very good cleric. Yes. They are dealing with a rather depressing world setting that is not depressing because everything bad keeps happening in the more fantasy sense, but more depressing because it's way too relatable.
Yeah! At least Claire has her cat.
Her fat cat.
Fat and fluffy.
It's just a female version of your cat.
Yeah, Claire's cat Chrysanthemum is basically my cat Raw if Raw was a girl. and didn't like to play with toys while alone because Rob will play with the toy if you throw it in front of him. Chrysanthemum, she wants the butterfly danced for her.
She's too lazy to play with it by herself.
Exactly.
Spoiler.
But yes, I don't believe I missed anything for that. That will be instead of 9 o'clock. How this game runs. That will be starting at 7 o'clock EST.
Oh.
Going on.
We're moving that to 7 o'clock p.m.?
Oh, that is 9 o'clock EST. I got that backwards. That one starts at 9 o'clock EST. This
Yeah.
one starts at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
I just DM'd. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
I just hear them. I don't pay attention to the tab.
Though in the future we will be having those sessions run at about 4 hours in length, opposed to the normal 3-hour times that we've been using up until now, to make up for the lack of games every week.
Yee. Thankfully, everybody's able to handle that, although there will be some weeks I have to dip out early just because I'm trying to fix my sleep schedule.
Trying being the operative word.
I am actually putting in effort, okay?
That is why trying is the operative word.
Fair enough.
Alright, but that's my show.
Alright, I believe that's everything.
Yes.
Alright, I guess the only thing left is for everybody to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
I can now make gun.
Yes.
Truly, an evil has been unleashed upon this world.
A violent neutrality.
That becomes evil.
A violent neutrality.
Ah,
Yes.
catch the
Goodbye.
mosquito. You die.
Goodbye.
Good night.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody. We'll see y'all next week.
Goodbye.
Don't light yourselves on fire.
Friends, goodbye.
Or two.
It's time now again to say